Welcome to another video of the Target Individual Program, the Target Individual Experience. So, I went to pick up my daughter from school today, and again, she told me that some boy dropped his toy on her head, and she said it hurt. So I said, "What did you do?" She was like, "Well, then he threw his pencil at me." I said, "Well, what did you do?" She was like, "I hit him back." I said, "Good." I said, "And then what happened?" I said, "Did you?" I said, "Did you tell the teacher?" She said, "Yes." And I guess he threw the pencil at her. So I asked. I said, "What happened?" She's like, "Well, I hit him back." I said, "Good." She said, "What happened?" He said, "Then he hit me." I said, "Then what happened?" She's like, "Then I hit him back. Then what happened?" She's like, "Then we fight." And I said, "Then what happened?" And I said, "Who won?" She's like, "I did." I said, "Good." So I noticed when I got into school, none of the teachers said anything to me, because I've been in that school so many times. I've documented it. You guys see my videos documented where these parents will get their children to target my kids, okay? And as a parent, I teach my kids not to bully anybody, to respect people. Also, if other kids they're seeing bullied, that they need to speak up for them and stick up for them, right? And what you have is these cults, these cult members, that because they think that it's okay to bully somebody because they do it psychologically, they do it covertly. They'll poison your food, they'll do all sorts of stuff, and they think that they can get away with it, right? So when you fight back, they don't like it. When you fight back, they're going to throw everything at you, but you got to stand tall and you got to keep fighting back, right? If you're being bullied, you need to stand up to those bullies. You need to fight back. Don't let your children be bullied by these kids because their parents are setting their kids on your children. If you're a TI and you have kids that are in school, let your children know that it is okay to defend themselves. But you also let them know that first they need to go and tell the teacher. And if the kids are still bothering them, then they have a right to defend themselves. And you let your children know that listen, you get into a fight with these bullies, if they're bullying you, you did what I asked you to do, which is to tell the teacher, and if they continue to do it, you have a right to defend yourself. And you would not get in trouble. All right? Like I said, I'm waiting for the school to call me, right? So I can be like, well, here you go. I told you guys. Okay? I am not going to teach my kids to respect people and to make them think that it's okay for kids to bully them and they're not going to fight back. That's not happening. Okay? Because what we're seeing today is the return of bullying within the school system, and we see the educators are not doing anything about it. As a matter of fact, the educators are participating in it and they're allowing it. Okay? What do you think other kids think, particularly when it comes to us, our kids, particularly us black people, our kids? How do you think kids look at our children when faculty members is telling black children to go in the garbage and take out the lunch that they throw away and then eat it? What do you think that's teaching them? Other kids. And particularly when it's a white teacher that's telling a black child to go take out the garbage, take out her lunch out of the garbage and eat it. When clearly she can have two choices of lunch. If she didn't like the first lunch, she can go get another one. That's part of the school rule. Yet you have an educator telling a young 7-year or 8-year-old girl, the age would have, but it was 7 or 8. She was 7 or 8 to go take her food out of the garbage that she threw away to sit down and eat it. What do you think that says to other kids? What do you think that says? So no, I'm not teaching my kids to just ignore shit. That's not going to happen. Not my kids. And I see these parents, they were looking at my daughter, and I was like, yeah. I said, yeah, you set your kids against on her again and see what she's going to do. See what she's going to do. Okay? Like I said, I'm not going to turn the other cheek, and neither is my kids. Understand that shit. You understand me? You perps, I'm talking to you. When I walk out every day, I look you guys in the eyes. Okay, so right now you're keeping it psychological, and that's fine. But if you think that you're going to try to bully me physically, I'm not going to fight back, man, I wish you would. I really do. I wish you would. So like I said, I said, good. Right? I said, I sent you to school to learn. I didn't send you to school to be bullied by other kids and the faculty's not going to do anything about it. And they think that you're not going to do anything when kids are bullying you. No, you fight back. This is why you have black people, when, you know, police kill innocent black people, they're up and down the street marching. And we do this every single time. And and the majority of the time they get away with it. And they'll hang one of their own just to keep us quiet. Okay? If they kill 500 of us innocently, right, they'll prosecute one. And we get all happy about that shit. Well, what about the other 499 that those police don't get prosecuted? See, I'm one of those persons that look at the other 499. I don't just look at that one and clap my hands and be like, yeah, you know, what have you. No. We have to learn, not just black people, us as TIs, we have to learn how they try to pacify us, right? While they commit crimes against us. And they think that we shouldn't fight back. But that's not happening. Okay? So, I don't give a damn what they say about me or what they say, period. All right? Because they think it's okay for them to bully your children, or have their kids bully your children, and for your children not to do anything about it. Just like how they try to bully us, and they do bully us, and they think that we're not going to do anything about it. But I'm not one of those people. I am not one of those people, and I'm not raising my kids to be one of those people. Okay? And this is what they want. That's what they want, a subsection of society to be okay with the abuse, with the violation of our rights. This is what they want. The Russians said it. The Russians said that when the West start using these weapons, these technologies, right, to make the people complacent in their oppression, right? Complacent in their rights being violated. They start knocking. See, that's all they can do, right? You know, they're up on the roof, okay? Banging on the roof. Sick people, psychopaths. Yeah, psychopaths. Y'all can bang all y'all want. But you see, I got a smile on my face. You know why? Because my daughter finally gets it. She's not going to be sitting there being hit, being bullied, and not do anything about it. So if you send your child to come bully my child, guess what? I give my child permission to beat your child's ass. And I told her, I said, listen, you may lose some fights, and that's okay. But because you stand up. Okay, but there going to be them days when you're going to put a whipping on their asses. And they're going to remember that. And eventually they're going to stop. See, once they know that you're going to fight back, they're going to stop. Okay? I mean, for us as TIs, it's different. We fight back, they still target us because, again, it's psychological, right? And they do it covertly. But I'm talking about physical. See, if we start poisoning their asses back, right? You think they're going to continue to do it? No, they're going to stop because they're going to know that if they poison you, their ass is going to get poisoned also. They're going to stop. Don't let them, you know, like I said, there are those of us who can't fight back, and that's okay. You have been psychologically damaged to the point where you're living in fear, right? And because these weapons that are being used against us, you know, causes irreparable harm. And they will always try to justify. They will always try to say, well, we need to do this. No, they don't. They don't. And they know that. Because it's the same thing was happened to them. They will be the same. They will act the same way like some of us. Some would fight back. Some would be so traumatized by what's happening. Some would be traumatized, but we're still able to fight back. Let me give you an example. And I forgot to do this video last night. And I just remember it as I'm speaking. So yesterday when I was on the bus going to pick up my son, you know, somebody on the bus started like shaking their change in their hands, right? Like shaking it up. And at that particular time, I looked out the bus window, and there was a guy on a bike, and he was wearing a shirt. On the back of his shirt was an assault rifle. Okay? Now, I want you to understand how this technology works. Okay? The person on the bus shake their change, and at the very same moment, I look out the bus window to see a guy on a bike with an assault rifle on the back of his shirt. You know, and I'm saying to myself, you see, I wouldn't do that. But it goes to show you that that's what they would do. Because just the thought of them sending me those type of messages is just let you know that that's exactly that what they would do if they were in the position that I'm, if they were being experimented on, if they were being put into a PSYOPs program, right? If their lives were being destroyed, okay? If they were people conspiring against their rights, that is what they would do. So that's why they show you stuff like that. Because no matter how many times I keep talking, you know, there are TIs who have taken arms and, you know, did some pretty horrible things, right? But again, that is in their defense, right? They were defending themselves against an unwanted psychological attack, which at times can be worse than physical attacks, and it's torture. Okay? You got to understand that it has been proven that psychological warfare against a person's mind can be more damaging than physically attacking someone. Okay, because you see, when you're bruised and you're battered physically, it heals. But when it's psychologically, it never heals because you're damaged beyond repair. And they know this. And there are times where they'll try to, you know, give me some type of false confidence, what have you. You know, and I know, because I know it is exactly what they're doing. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm still traumatized. It doesn't change the fact that I'm still psychologically damaged. It doesn't change the fact that I'm still neurologically damaged, physically damaged. It doesn't change that fact. But you see, because they don't want to be held accountable, they will do anything in their power to not be held accountable. Okay? And trust me, I've come a long way from where I've been, right, because of this. And they still continue, time after time, trying to take away my disability, time after time, trying to create a rift between the kid's mom and I. I can't help it if she's falling for it, but I know better, and I try to tell her better. And as TI, this is why I do my videos, so I can show what's really happening. Now, they may want to call me crazy or whatever, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't let the labels define me. This is what they do. And because they have created within the minds of people in which a label makes them who they are. Label don't make me who I am. I am who I am because I know who I am. Okay? So, again, I'm going to repeat myself one more time. If you send your children to target my kids and to hit my kids and to bully my kids, understand that I give my kids permission to beat your kid's ass. Okay? And, you know, I can put this on video and be okay with it. Because I've documented every single time that my kids were bullied in school. And the faculty didn't do anything. It was a time when one of my videos, I show you the picture of my daughter's hands. It was all scraped up and blackened. Why? Because some kid decided they're going to push her off the monkey bar and have her fall. And then the faculty did nothing. It wasn't until I went to pick her up and she showed me her hands. And I had to go to the vice principal. And I asked my daughter, did you tell anybody? Yes. Did they see? Yes. But all the faculty members, they're acting like if they don't know anything. Go and read a story about the young 10-year-old girl that committed suicide because she was being bullied in school. That's not going to be my kids. That's going to be my daughter. Like I said, I would rather my daughter seriously harm one of y'all little perp kids than to do something like that, because that's not going to happen. Okay? And you read story about this kid here in New York, teenager who was being bullied, and he stabbed one of his bullies. Okay? Teach your children not to bully other kids. Because I will teach my kids to defend themselves. Understand that. All right, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.